Well, if you're like me and you get in front of people often, you're always wondering what's the best way to get in people's minds and to make what you're saying, stick with them, make it memorable, make it so that, later on, tomorrow, a week later, a month later, a year from now, they'll remember you, they'll remember what you said, and they'll be able to communicate or share that with other people. Well, there's some recent research that actually shows there's different ways of doing it, right? So, we often try to do the Zen presentation. We have imagery and they're metaphorical and we share it with other people. Or, we'll have you go to PowerPoint, or some rich images to really solidify your point. Maybe we're, innovative enough and we interact with the images and, we kind of make them move or make them animated in some way to really capture and engage your attention. Well, apparently there's some work that was done in looking at even salespeople. I mean, salespeople get in front of people all the time. And, you look at the most common and prevalent way that people do it is, you guessed it, PowerPoint, right? And way at the bottom there, you see whiteboarding, which is, the common get in on a flip chart on a whiteboard and physically write it. Well, guess what? Apparently, it shows that when they did some studies, that when they compare memory recall on people that do, the Zen presentation versus, the imagery versus, good old stick figures, check it out, right? The stick figures actually outperform all the others. And that's not just immediately after, but as you see there in the black, it's a couple days later. So if you dig deep into that, there's actually some reasons why. And maybe later I'll post another one on, the actual impact of physically seeing what you're seeing here is my hand. Right? And you being able to physically see my hand whiteboarding, there's something to that. There's something to physically seeing a person inking and creating, constructing something that adds a lot of value. So I'll probably put another post on it. There's some paper that I'm finishing reading through on the power of seeing person or even seeing a person physically write or construct a diagram versus just have one appear, that something goes on in the observer's mind that actually not only makes it stick, but also makes it memorable. So I'll post that one once I get through it. Cheers.